Hey, I'm Serty, and today I'm here joined by.
ARKOSE.
All right, what's up, you guys? How's it going?
Pretty good. Having a good time studying outside. All good things.
It's going good over here. Excited to get into some things today, and I would like to start off by asking, can you give us some background on who Arcos is and just your journey thus far?
Yeah, we're ARKOSE from Atlanta, Georgia, and we started out all the way in high school back in 2012, 2013 in marching band, contraband, and jazz band. And back when we were doing jazz band, Tad switched from trumpet to guitar, and we played a Chicago tune called 25 or 6 to 4. And his guitar solo blew everybody's hair back, including my dad's. And my dad told me, "Man, if you ever have a band one day, that needs to be the guitar player."
Hmm.
And I kept that in mind. And starting from what 2018, 2019,
Yeah, 2018. Sorry.
we started putting out music together and started advertising it a couple years ago.
Playing live.
Started playing live a couple years ago. But yeah, that's we do acid jazz or bedroom acid jazz or neo soul. I think we've heard every
Yeah, whatever you want to, whatever feels to
yeah,
you.
jazz adjacent music. Yeah.
Yeah, now a lot of people might be familiar with jazz, but with you guys doing describing your sound with acid jazz, how would you describe acid jazz?
It's a calm. I like to tell people it's like you take all genres, but more specifically, all black genres. We're talking funk, soul, R&B, hip hop, jazz, throwing it all together and taking elements from each and just making good music. That's or making music. Let me not call it making music, but just taking all those styles and elements from them that feel good, in whatever context, and just throwing them at each other and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
Is essentially describing music.
And we're not trying to be gimmicky either. We're
Yeah.
not like, oh, it'd be cool to add a swing section here. It's
Yeah.
like
No, gotta make sense.
it's gotta make sense. Wherever we feel.
No, for sure. This is a authentic mix, which I think people can definitely feel whenever they listen to your music. What's your biggest lesson or takeaway with your musical journey thus far?
That's a good one.
Loaded question.
That's a great question. Uh, People are all talking till they start doing something about it.
Yeah.
um,
Don't take yourself too seriously.
yeah, that's a big.
That's life, but
Yeah,
especially in the music scene, some people, people can be very pretentious, take themselves very seriously, and it can ruin the music and relationships within the music.
yeah.
So that's one thing that's definitely been a lesson. Just have fun. Don't forget, like we're playing. We do call it playing music.
Yeah. I don't know. We have, we're freelancing out here as far as management labels and all that goes. We're all in house.
Yeah.
So for us, it's always a lesson every day with different parts. Some days it's our instruments. Some days it's people. Some days it's content creating. Um, it's engineering. We mix and master our own stuff now. We're always open to people helping us out with those things. But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us is every day, every time we try to do new things, is always a learning curve. And I feel like since we started, it's been a lot easier to kind of maneuver of what we're trying to accomplish. In the beginning, you're just throwing spaghetti at a wall and see what sticks. Now it's like, okay, we're aiming over there, the same over there.
Yeah. When we talk creative direction, and I know that you mentioned before, Ted, about not taking yourself too seriously when it comes to the musical side of things. Do you think that's helped you as far as like being a band and like moving as a unit together?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, 90% of the time, I guess if we're expanding on not taking ourselves too seriously, we're laughing most of the time. Whether we're just hanging out, grabbing lunch or creating, working in the studio, working with other artists, we are humor and laughter is a large part of us. Our friendship, our band, even with the rest of I guess the ARKOSE like live band, the rest of the guys, we're always joking around, and I feel like that helps feed the love for the music. Because you have all of those jokes and all that stuff swimming around your head while you're playing, music with each other. And I think that helps us form, a stronger mesh together as a unit.
This is our dream band too.
Yeah, absolutely.
It also makes it 20 times easier for us to go into a situation. And we're never far apart on ideas either. It's never like, where did that come from? What? Like we're all like, when we called the guys to play with us live, those guys we thought about because we knew that they were great hangs and fantastic musicians
Mhm.
and had a very similar palette. Or, there were some similarities, but some differences too. Like we have our keys player, he has a prog rock band. The bass player, he plays in 20 different bands.
Mhm.
So and we have a DJ who DJs every weekend, and he's a super like vinyl collector. Um, our drummer is great. He's played in 20 bands. Like we all just did so many gigs throughout the years to where when we come together, it feels like a vacation.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's awesome that you guys are living out the dream in your dream band.
Thanks. Yeah.
How did you, and you guys talked about it a little bit earlier, how you guys found each other in high school, but how did you discover and cultivate your musical talents? I know you mentioned being in like several bands and
Yeah, for me it was weddings. Um, I feel like in college I was okay
Mhm.
for the most part. I had a lot of ideas when I listened back to some of the voice memos and stuff, but it wasn't until being thrown into the fire, playing weddings, playing cover band gigs, and you're starting to see, man, people really love "Ain't No Mountain High Enough."
Yeah.
And why is that? And you're just exploring. You're just like looking at people's reactions, and then that creeps into your writing and playing wise. You realize no one wants to hear bebop every single solo that you play. So you simplify it, start repeating notes and playing high notes and everything, and all of a sudden you get a reaction. So I think getting that feedback through those gigs taught me a lot with where I'm at on every instrument.
I think for me, I started off when I was young with piano actually, and had lessons. And we had my granddad had given us his upright piano to have in the house. So I was just picking out, melodies from songs that I knew and listened to on the radio, just using my ear as a kid. And then started playing trumpet in fourth grade, played that fourth through 12th. But in sixth grade, started playing guitar. And that's when I really, I just wanted to be a rock star. I just wanted to learn all the solos. Wasn't even learning chords. I was just trying to play, all the cool stuff I was listening to. And then eventually, stopped doing homework, stopped doing I was playing video games. I was just playing guitar, middle school and going to high school. And then in high school, my friend Jordan invited me to play at church. I just had a rehearsal and played at that church for 6 years. And I've been playing at churches for, 11, 12 years. I feel like I've learned so much just in the church outside of, live gigs and playing secular music other places. But like just in the church has taught me so much, about my style, just inspired me playing with other musicians. But I feel like a large part of, I guess, the inspiration that I've pulled and a lot of the playing hours that I've had has been in church over the years.
that's awesome. And there's been a lot of conversations in the music scene about people starting and cultivating that talent from a young place in the church
Yeah.
and how you can tell and how that shows in their sound as they grow up. So awesome answers. And I wanted to ask, and we talked about your creative process a bit as a band and just so far. I really wanted to ask about your most recent project, Diamonds in the Rough, Beat Tape, Volume 2 that we got. Amazing tape.
Thank you.
What was the creative perspective behind that? Like when you guys went in there, like where was your mind? Like where were you?
Well, each beat tape is um, a melting pot of whatever we're into for like those couple years.
Mhm.
We're never every beat tape both beat tapes that we've made have been on accident, so to speak. uh, it's always like the first beat tape that was a lot of songs that had hooks, and
Mhm.
I was like, man, these are great, but I can't write any lyrics to these. These are like I'm content with the hooks here, and then that's when we brought in people. And this time around, I think we had a little bit more intentions
Towards the feature side.
towards the feature side, so
Yeah.
we kind of let more space happen. Um, but I think for us, it's just wherever we're at right now. I don't think we think too. Um, um, I don't think we're super intentional as far as hey, let's do this at this time. I think it's just more of hey, these are the beats I made this week. We send it to each other, and then after a while, we're like, okay, we have like 40 of these. Let's start narrowing this down. We have enough music here. Um, but I feel like there was more. I was gonna say bells and whistles, but there's definitely like sonically there's more bells and whistles on this
Yeah.
project with a lot of vibraphone, glockenspiel kind of sounds and stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's less of a like a themed project as far as the beat tape's concerned, and more of like I said, more of like a snapshot, like almost like a musical photograph of just where we were at the time, what sounded good, what felt good, or what what we were inspired to make, rather than this beat tape's about this, it's supposed to feel like this. Yeah, I really just see it as like a musical snapshot for us, and then we bring in for added pressure, just like last time we bring in features to just enhance every track. Let every artist, put their spin on the track. Might be a little reproduced, write verses to them, have singers on them. It's just, like I said, to enhance, grow each track.
For sure. And speaking of tracks, do you guys, and it's totally okay if you don't, a lot of artists, it's hard for them whenever you ask them this question, but do you have like a favorite song or even like a just an instrumental off of the tape?
This one's harder.
Yeah, since
Midnight Potato pretty good. I like Laconic Gesture.
Mm.
I like Airport.
top three.
I like might as well do a top three. I honestly really like I've for this might be one of the few projects from our discography that I actually go back to and listen to often.
Mhm.
A lot of times especially earlier on, I was in my head like about mixes and stuff. So I just like, okay, that's for everybody else. Now I'm like, okay, like I listen to all of them. Rush Light Lullaby is really fun.
Yeah.
Um, Midnight's good. Sunday's a fun one. Frustration is really cool.
Or just gotta name every song.
I mean, honestly,
Man,
everyone
everything
has
is vibe.
everyone has its own vibe. Some days I'm Marta, some days I'm Airport, some days I'm Laconic Gesture. I don't know.
Yeah. Midnight Botanicals and Natural Essence are up there for
Ooh,
me.
yeah,
Also,
Natural Essence.
Natural Essence is solid.
Morning Chai. Warm welcome.
They're all
Atlantic Station.
every track is the best track.
And that's not like I'm like it's one of those moments where like you're not even thinking about like which one's your favorite.
No, never.
You're just like, man, this is good.
Yeah.
Here you go. And then like now that we're saying it out loud, it's like, okay, a lot of these are a lot of fun to listen to for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I found myself starting off my morning this morning by just throwing on the whole tape and I just let it run all the way through. And I wanted to say the sequencing is really good and it's really cool because you
I
just
practice that a lot.
you get all these fun little pockets.
That's intentional.
Yeah, that was intentional.
And I love whenever artists have intentionality behind sequencing. So personally, thank you.
What was your favorite?
I think for me, it's between Warm Welcome, Frustration, and shout out to Atlantic Station.
Okay, yeah. Did you see our post today?
One more time?
Did you see our post today?
No.
Yeah, we shout out.
We shouted out.
Same wavelength.
Funny timing. That's funny timing.
Yeah, they don't let anybody film content there. They're like anti like anything other than just being a bystander.
Or buying something.
Or you gotta be buying something essentially at Atlantic Station.
Shout out Atlantic Station.
Shout out Atlantic Station. Now, I wanted to ask you guys, we talked about a lot of your musical genius and a lot of how you've cultivated your musical gifts. I wanted to ask, who are some of your musical influences?
Let's do like two from each like genre.
Sure.
Rock.
Mm,
I'm gonna say Aerosmith out the gate for rock.
okay.
I'm saying Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Really good blues, but okay. No, Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd, yeah.
Pink Floyd, sorry.
Yeah.
Floyd.
Thundercat.
Real.
All in the same thing?
Tame
Yeah, Tame
Impala.
Impala for sure.
Jamiroquai.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Come back.
Who else? Earth, Wind and Fire, Isley Brothers.
Isley Brothers for sure.
I
hate this question so
Roy
much.
Ayers. Pretty much anything.
Bad Bad Not Good.
Bad Bad Not
Always.
Good.
Okay.
Anybody that the Mizell brothers worked with, so
Mm.
Donald Byrd, Bobby Humphrey, Roy Ayers,
Tom Mish.
Tom Mish.
Mm.
Anything that used to have Days touch.
Yeah.
All great.
All the LA guys,
Yeah.
Terrace Martin, Kamasi. Yeah. That's a good. We got some Neo Soul.
Yeah.
Erica
Eric Badu for
Badu,
sure. Outcast.
Yeah.
Outcast, D'Angelo. I mean, we just love black music.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think that's even though we named a couple white artists and white bands, but those are the artists that are the first to tell you what they're doing is black tradition.
Yeah. And I expressed this to Noah, I guess semi recently. I don't even find myself constantly listening to guitarists even.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm inspired by whatever I'm listening to, whatever instrument, whether you're using voice, because they're all, all instruments, all notes. We're using notes.
Yeah.
So I'm inspired by all the music I'm listening to, outside of guitar or anything that sounds remotely like us.
Ooh, hip hop, MF Doom.
Oh, MF Doom.
I forgot about that. Forgot about the hip hop side. Doom, Freddie Gibbs, Larry June.
You guys said Outcast earlier, right?
Outcast. Oh yeah, we can say Outcast. Yeah, we're good. Good one.
I wanted to ask about your songwriting. Like, how does that process look like for you guys?
We've done it every single way.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like songs, like he will come in with a song like Warm Welcome he came in with and Frustration, and then he'll send it to me and I'll record it here and send it back to him, and vice versa. I've like Pretty Girl and Other Side, I will send it to him, he'll put guitar on it or whatever that needs it. Songs like Galaxy, that was stitched up during the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Orange Room.
Yeah, the Orange Room at my mom's old house, or my mom where I grew up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was it? He sent
Distance.
You came in with,
Okay.
and we created that together. But Galaxy, so Distance was in person together.
Yeah.
He came in with it.
Okay.
And then Galaxy, he sent an idea that wound up being the pre-chorus to Galaxy. And then I started writing around it because I listened to it and I was like, man, this sounds like a pre-chorus. So we just kept sending back and forth during the pandemic. So I think we've written every single way possible.
Yeah.
As far as, how we start and how we finish, and, the power of technology helps out a lot.
Studio can spread out over a couple of rooms now pretty easily.
Yeah.
And I feel like even for inspiration to writing, I know with Noah for sure, location specific, going somewhere and taking some of the equipment or having a gig elsewhere just, can inspire you differently.
Yeah.
It's a different environment, different people, different conversations, experiences.
Was it Long Way From Home, Nights Young, and the project the song that we're going to release soon, they all happened in a hotel.
Okay.
So a lot of that stuff just comes from me trying things out with limitation, and then sometimes it comes out really well and translates, and once Tad's on it, it elevates immediately. I feel like younger me, like writing wise, I was super what's the word? It's when you're looking at a painting that you can't understand, it's interpreted.
Interpretation or
abstract.
Okay, gotcha.
Like I feel like a lot of the lyrics were specific and abstract at the same time, and I think some of the stuff that we're writing now, a lot of my stuff is a little bit more on the nose to like personal life and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the older I get, the more I'm like, nobody knows what I'm saying, but the melody's good. Like,
you don't bob your head too.
Yeah. It means something to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I wanted to ask, how do you navigate the music industry as being an independent group? Like, do you find that, of course, it has its challenges, but how do you find yourselves navigating that?
I think we do a decent job of staying true to ourselves, not trying to do too much. But also we listen, we're surrounded by artists of, different levels and doing different things. And we do take advice words of wisdom, or what not to do from the people around us. So I think that's helped us move around a lot in the space. We're aware, we pay attention. And I think that's helped us quite a bit. So we made mistakes, and like I said earlier, sometimes you just got to try things when it comes to marketing yourself or making content or anything like that. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. We listen, we pay attention to what's going on around us, and look at other people who are trying to do things that are similar to what we're doing. Try take what we can from those people.
And we kind of realized a lot of the people that are signed or a little further along than us in this process of being in the industry, they're scrapping as well. Like they're trying to figure out the next thing, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, labels are banks. They're not really. It's not the same gig as it once was. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30, further than that, and every person that we worked with that's part of a label, they all tell us the same thing. They just want you to make content.
Yeah. People need to see you.
Yeah. So it's like, well, I don't think we need a label for that. We don't need to sign to a label for that advice. But, I think, I toured for 2 years. I saw, I was playing in a blues band and did the Chitling circuit. And, seeing the old school way, and, that band's doing well. And seeing what, their development through the years, from going to a place like Denver and playing for 10 people, and then 4 years later they're starting to do 500 cap rooms. It's just the process of just keep going. That's all what it comes down to, and it has to be good. Like, don't keep going and you're just throwing poop at the wall.
Try and get the yeah, that's real. So really just building over what you guys have been practicing over time and just having that help guide you.
Yeah.
Now I wanted to ask, now that you've shared a little bit of your experience, do you have any advice for other musicians that may be wanting to finally rip off the Band-Aid and put themselves out there, or musicians that have already done that and maybe they're just struggling a bit about how to get started?
Your ego is your best friend and your worst enemy. So the best friend is why people are clicking and saying, "Oh, I need to check this out." The ego speaks loud enough for some people, and really all I'm really saying is being authentic. To yourself. People can not know you and also be able to say, "This isn't you." Sometimes I've seen people get away with it, but most times people can feel that. But it can also be your biggest enemy, because that can yield you from putting yourself out there, because you're thinking, "Oh, am I a cornball for this?" Like, me dancing in front of the camera. Like, there's going to be guys from high school that look at this, and da 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 da. And you kind of realize, in the grand scheme of things, no one cares.
Nobody cares.
Like, I just went to a wedding yesterday with all my old high school friends from I played baseball with and everything, and their viewpoint on this is a lot higher than anticipated. Like, they're like, "You guys are crushing it," and they haven't brought up any cornballness about me dancing in front of the camera or sync playing and all that stuff. So it's like, I think at the end of the day, put yourself out there, put a little money towards it. Nothing's free anymore. But I think for the biggest thing for us is just, for us, we're not thinking too much about what can we do. I think we're just doing it, and eventually, the the we're just going through the motions of, like, okay, let's try this, let's do this, okay, that worked, okay, that didn't work. But at the end of the day, it's always back to us two. Like, we talked about the beat tape. We didn't, we're not thinking about, like, oh, this song right here, they're gonna love this.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt your own feelings. So. We've been there where this is a hit. Nobody likes it, or nobody's listening to it. The numbers don't. It's not looking like a hit in the numbers. But what I was gonna say, to add on to what Noah said, as far as putting yourself out there, the world will not be able to hear your music if it's on your hard drive.
Mm.
I know people personally that have vaults. You know, we have music that's unreleased.
Yeah.
But people sit on music for years. You
Mhm.
know, maybe it's lack of confidence. They just don't believe like people are gonna, you know, like just at a certain point in time, especially if you're somebody who's constantly creating, you do have to release it out into the world.
Yeah.
If that, you know, if that's your info, if you would like for other people to hear, you have to release it. It's got to make it off the hard drive.
It's not a project until you put it out.
Right.
Real
It's the definition.
concept, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I appreciate your time. And I think for my final question, is there anything that you would like for people to know about Arcos or people that's just getting into your music, that just a message that you would like to leave for them?
It's the music for everybody. We don't discriminate who listens. We don't discriminate who hears our songs and decide to pick up an instrument and try to play along. I
Hmm.
think our approach is the same approach or same philosophy that the ones before us had.
Hmm.
Just make good music, have fun. You can see us if you're in Atlanta. You can see us in December 19th at the Avon Theater, and see for yourself how goofy we are on stage. Um, we're just having fun. Yeah. And if you love having fun, you know there's a decent chance that this could resonate with you.
I'm going to say it for the third time. Have fun. If you're making music, make sure you're having fun. Like, you know, sometimes you hit little, you know, hurdles when it comes to learning and you might fall into a rut. You know, change up your environment, find inspiration, just listen to more music, listen to our music. Yeah, specifically listen to our music, but have fun. Like I said, it's supposed to be fun. It's playing.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate having you guys on. And yeah, I'll see you guys.
Thank you,
Thanks
man.
for having us.